Stuttering John does Clay Day every Friday. Well, not always every Friday, as we're going to find out. But ClayDabbler is the most loyal guy that John has ever had in this corner. He puts up with so much shit. It's ridiculous. And things kind of came to a head because John did something so egregious in Clay's mind that Clay had to call him out for it. Actually, Clay tried not to call him out on the show. He's like, "John, we don't have to talk about this, John. Let's not talk about this." And John pushed it, and then he ended up calling him out for it. And fireworks ensued here, which is fun. But starting out, this is the beginning of the tension that's happening.
I don't give a John. I don't give a shit about Vince the lawyer. I don't give a shit about the shitwayer's opinion of me. I couldn't give a fuck. I hope she hates me. I don't give a shit about Lady K's fucking opinion. I might care about his lovely wife's opinion, but I don't care.
Oh, that's nice. I care about your opinion, Clay. Just want you to know.
I might care about his lovely wife's opinion, but I don't care about Lady K's. I don't care about the mask guy's opinion. I don't care about any of their opinions. I'm not friends with any of these people.
Didn't mention Adam Bush, interestingly enough. Might care about Adam Bush's opinion, but not me or Rocco or Shuley, any of those guys. So he's trying to show to John that he's a loyalist. John's getting these notes from Noga who are saying that Clay's doing this and Clay's doing that. And Clay's going, "You don't even know who this person is. It's just a random person to get your phone number and text you this shit." And John's like, "Yeah, but what about this?" And he just keeps reading all this bullshit information. And Clay's going, "What else do I have to do to prove this shit to you?" And it just shows how difficult it is to be friends with Stuttering John.
Fake Clay. There's a fake English ClayDabbler. He was in Vince's chat today. Another retard. Super chatting that he's blocked. How mentally retarded are you? You can't super chat when you're blocked, dumbass. These people are tiresome, John.
Did you call me a dumbass?
No, not you. Not you, the geezer that fucking chatted Vince the lawyer.
No,
you're hard work. Difficult John.
Oh, here we go. I'm on. Really? Fucking sensitive play, Mr. Oh, you didn't respond to me. Fuck off.
John, have you replied to me in 2 weeks? And it was really considerate of you to let me know that I wasn't on last Friday and that you were ditching me for Pat Dixon.
Oh, wow. Every Friday, Clay's the guest on the show. So last Friday, he doesn't get a note from John. And then, well, maybe John doesn't have a show. It was Good Friday in the States, Thanksgiving weekend. And then all of a sudden he sees that John's doing a show with Pat Dixon. He never got a message from her or anything. So I'm sure John has a good excuse and a good reason for why he didn't reach out to his pal and loyal companion, ClayDabbler, to let him know.
That was really... Thanks. Cheers for that, mate. Yeah, that was great.
Clay?
Well, the adverts are kicked in. Yeah.
Clay, I was really hungover, and I couldn't even crawl out of bed. The only reason I did that show was because I forgot that I promised him I would do it.
Oh, he was too hungover to shoot Clay a note and tell him that he wasn't on the show that day. Well, that's a great excuse. That's someone I want to be friends with.
Yeah, he forgot that he was hungover, so he went on Pat Dixon's show.
He had Pat Dixon on his show.
Yeah. It was a favor to Pat Dixon, not Pat Dixon doing John a huge favor.
Also a good point there. But it's just like, why not just be like, dude, that's fucked up. I should have sent you a note.
Yeah.
But John always goes to defensive, has a reason why, hey, listen, I got excuses. I drank way too much the night before. I was up really late.
Like he was saying I was in the hospital.
Right.
It's a real reason.
Yeah, it's a horrible reason.
No.
Being too hungover is the worst excuse possible. And he realizes that. So then he starts coming up with different excuses as this goes on.
Bitch, if you want to play games.
It's Thanksgiving. Do you really think I'm going to stick to the same schedule around Thanksgiving?
Well, a simple DM, a courtesy DM wouldn't have killed you, would it?
If happen on Friday, and I don't get back to you, you can start wanking like a little bitch boy that you are?
Oh, that's you. That's you start crying when you don't get text messages back.
Why?
Do you think... Anyway, I still love you. I still love you, mate.
Oh, it's so pathetic. John turns that around into you're a bitch for even bringing it up. Not that was very inconsiderate of me and I fucked up, Clay, and it won't happen again.
Yeah.
It goes from I was hungover to and fuck you for bringing it up and pointing it out. And Clay, I love you, buddy, but you're coming off so poorly in these interactions. When you're like, it's okay, John. Hey, we're still friends, right? Oh, come on, man.
If it was the other way around, Clay would never hear the end of it.
Oh, of course.
He stood John up or didn't even call him back or return his call in a timely
didn't
manner,
respond immediately.
John would fucking fly off the handle and probably cut him out of his life.
Oh, it would be endless with John. Yes. And the idea that Clay wants John's friendship more than his own dignity is surprising.
Sad.
It's surprising that he feels that way about John. I don't know why he's not fed up with this being treated like garbage all the time. So this is where we get into Clay calls John out. He didn't want to. He was dancing around it. But he calls John out for something that John did a couple days prior to this, making fun of Chad Zumock. Now, Chad and John are having this battle right now, and it's good for both of them. Gets people watching both shows. And, of course, Chad's the mud shark, so he's going after John trans kid, even though he doesn't realize how this kid transitioned. He thought it was the other way around, but whatever. And so John then goes after Chad the worst way he can by making jokes about the fact that Chad's 9-year-old younger brother died in the driveway with a car that was in neutral running him over. And this is something that Chad's talked about. And so John's like, oh, now I can retaliate by using that. And Clay is like, dude, that's so uncalled for to bring that up. That's a horrific thing that happened.
It's your kid. It's your son. It's your daughter. Yeah, it's your son. It's your daughter.
Yeah.
So I understand the rage you would feel from someone doing that, but I did not agree. I didn't agree with your retaliation. Not the getting him banned, but something you said, man. I thought I thought that was really like. I thought, oh, fucking hell, John. I didn't think you'd go that low. Do you want me to talk about it? I think it's so bad that we shouldn't even talk about it.
Wait, I said something about somebody?
You said something about Chad that was so bad. I thought, fuck me.
Oh, so it was unprovoked?
No, but John, do you know the situation there?
What?
About someone getting run over and stuff.
All right, watch Lying John. There's so many tells here with this face. Do you know the situation about the younger brother?
No, I have no idea. What are you talking
what are you talking about? All of a sudden.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I don't know anything about any of this stuff. And his initial response was, oh, was it unprovoked?
Right.
Did he deserve that? You know, that's how he always thinks. Yeah. But Clay's coming at him like, dude, I thought you were better than this.
Yeah.
You should be above that.
I wish he could use those exact words. Right. Constantly backpedaling and...
It's like, what did John say next? But he says all the things that you would set up. Like, does he play dumb? Does he get aggressive?
Yep.
Does he
overly emotional? Performative?
Yeah, blame somebody else. He's gonna do it all.
Well, this is where So Thorough Joe Burrow did a phenomenal job for us. I'm going to play a clip of his recent video where he shows. Now, this is John playing dumb, and Clay doesn't have the clip to play for him, so it's easier for John to be like, I didn't even know what was going on. But watch, we'll see what John said.
Never happened.
A couple days before this.
Right?
Yeah.
You made fun of Chad's 9-year-old little brother getting run over.
I never knew that his fucking kid got run over. Baby Fatso, you don't want Daddy to run over you like he did your brother, do you? No.
When I saw that, I was like, I couldn't believe. I was like, John would not say that. When you said, you even said the car that ran him over.
We don't either. We don't want to hurt our Buick. Oh, God. Too much fun.
Okay. So John knows everything that happened there. I didn't even know the car brand or make, that ran over the younger brother. And so John's trying to play dumb. And there it is. You just saw what Clay saw that was like, dude, what the fuck? Why would you go there? It's not a good look. And so John first acted like he didn't know. Mm-hmm. And now he's going to say he was justified.
I was gobsmacked. I was like, John, I know you never.
Was this after he said the whole GoFundMe bullshit?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want? What the fuck do you want me to do?
No,
it's my fucking kid.
I know, but
Why you out of your fucking mind?
I just didn't think you'd go there, man, to be honest.
Holy shit.
So he kicks Clay off.
Amazing. This fucking fat fuck baby fatso is out there trashing my fucking family, and I'm not allowed to say something?
Well, okay, that's fine. That's one angle to take on it. You can say, like, yeah, Chaz says a lot of shitty things about me and my family. I say shitty things about him and his family. But instead, he had to play dumb first.
Right.
That's the problem with all of this. Like, oh, I didn't know. No, someone told me in the chat to say that, and I didn't know why it was funny, even though he laughed at it and obviously knew why it was funny. It's like, I'm a vindictive asshole. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we know.
I like how red he is. I'm surprised steam isn't coming out of his ears. He's so mad.
He hates the pushback. He has a show where nobody pushes back on him, and that's the way he likes it.
Or you're kicked off.
Yes, correct. So he does bring Clay back, but now he's got to keep up this performance to show how worked up he is over what Chad said.
Tragic story.
Am I in bizarro world here?
No, I understand it would make you angry.
Bizarro world, Clay.
John, man, I'm here.
Let me get this straight. This asshole gets thrown off of Patreon because he fucking is making anti-trans and trashing my fucking family.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I fucking say something back in retaliation, and what? This is what I was saying about yesterday. Hold on a second.
Yeah, but
this is what I was saying about yesterday.
Oh my good God.
So in other words, good guy John has to be the good guy.
I never met that guy.
That's the dumbest argument. So you're saying that in order for me to be the good guy, I have to be a good guy?
And take the high road?
Yes. That's exactly what he's saying. That's how good guys operate, like the good guy.
And also, am I in bizarro? I mean, is that a real question? He's like waiting for an answer.
Right.
Oh, John. No, you're not, John.
But he has to get so worked up. And he's like, see how angry I am? Of course I'm going to say crazy shit. Like, well, you weren't that angry a second ago, and all this stuff happened days ago. So I'm surprised you're all so worked up about this all of a sudden. It's just a performance, of course. Try to justify that. But again, he didn't even know the joke that he was making.
When he goes low, I go low. Now, I made one comment while I was doing that whole baby fatso thing? And I'm doing that one thing. I make one comment that I don't even know anything about it. People were just texting me shit. I had no idea. And now I'm a bad guy. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me.
People were just texting me shit. I didn't even know anything about it.
Yeah.
Why would you be talking about something? Did you also invest in Hawk meme coin?
Yeah, I know.
Why are you doing things you don't know what you're doing? That's stupid.
He's like Ron Burgundy. He just
right.
It is kind of his whole show format where he reads super chats that are making fun of him, but he doesn't even vet it. He's my kid hates me and is a guy now, or what? It's a terrible way to go through life.
But those are super chats. Those are $2, $5.
I know he wants the money.
This is just shit that like someone texted him and he's acting like I didn't know anything about it. I'm just repeating what someone texted me to say.
Or watching shit on Reddit that is not legit and thinking that it's real. He just never learns.
No, but we
don't want him to either.
But he's completely lying about all this. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
He didn't think that Clay was going to call him out for it.
Right.
He just thought like this is what you do in the Dabbleverse.
He was proud of that whole baby fat.
Oh yeah, he was.
And he thought that as soon as he pushed back on Clay, that Clay was going to submit to him, and he didn't.
Right. Clay was just like no.
He thought he was going to be able to talk his way out of it.
Correct.
Which he never can.
Right. And in fact, this continues. He brings Clay back on. And now John has to try to change what they're even talking about, but I think he's just buying himself time.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It was his 9-year-old brother accidentally run himself over with a car drive. 9. He was in his 20s, and his little brother.
Fucking baby fatso.
I think he was in his 20s.
What? Really?
He was in his 20s, and it was his baby brother.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I guess his mum.
So he's 20 and his brother's 9.
Yeah, we covered that.
How is that possible? He says.
You see, when two people love each other, have a seat.
You are so right. That is like the classic stall tactic. Yeah. It's ask a question, repeat the information, ask a question, repeat the information. And that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, because he knows. He's a dumb guy. He knows siblings can be over 10 years apart.
Yeah.
It's happened many, many times. So it's a retarded thing to be like, wait a second, how old was Chad? This doesn't even make sense. It doesn't compute. It's just like, all right, you're just trying to buy yourself time because you're trying to figure out how to smooth things over with your buddy Clay here. And so John finally decides that he needs to be the bigger person.
Normally, I would apologize because I didn't even know anything.
I know. That's what I'm telling you.
Here's the wit.
Sorry, go. I'm stopping myself.
Okay. I didn't know any of this story. I don't know anything about Chad. Nobody can stomach the Zumock. Now, if I did make a comment about something like that, that's not me.
That's what defines your personality, John. Yeah. You've said this many times. You tell Artie to kill himself because he goes, yeah, your movie poster's stupid. You're overacting on it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, drink bleach. Like this is what John does. He always resorts to the lowest possible place he can go to.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not me, man. I didn't even know what I was saying. I mean, obviously, you know me. I don't do that sort of thing.
Right.
I don't know.
It's not even resorting.
Nice to see.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's kind of nice to see the nice guy being the nice guy, you know?
Right. Yeah. So he's like, I would apologize if, like, that's not a great apology. Is not a good way to start it. Normally, I would apologize for something like that. No, not at all. You just love to do it. You love to get away with it. And so then this is where things get crazy because, remember, John is the good guy here in John's head.
We all have family. Now, I know he's, he doesn't get laid, so he doesn't have kids, but we all have family. So if he thinks that is a good road to go down, it's not. KB's kids are going to be 18 soon.
Yeah.
Shitway's going to be 18. Are they going to want people to go after their family? Because look, Chad doesn't have kids. So what do I do, Clay? If Chad's going to start going and harassing my children, do I start harassing KB?
Talk shit about his fat aunt. No. Yeah, but you shouldn't talk shit about your kid. No, you shouldn't.
I should.
No, I know it's not.
I should.
No, he should. No, he shouldn't talk shit about your kids. No, you should talk. But I'm saying that.
Clay,
you get my point about that. Like you even said yourself.
Here's the question I'm asking you. If Chad thinks it's okay to start trashing my family, then because Chad doesn't have any children, do I then, at a proxy, go after Brennan's kids?
What?
Well, no.
Good
Brennan
God.
went for your kids, I suppose. But then Brennan's kids are underage, right? I don't know.
Brennan always defends his buddy Chad. So since those guys are best pals, then if Chad's going to go after my family, then should I go after Brennan's?
It's up to you, isn't it?
It's up to you, isn't it? It's like, obviously not. John just thought the most evil thing he could think of. He's just like, yeah, Chad's pissing me off. What if I went after Kevin Brennan's children? Like, what?
I know.
That's some logic.
That'll make Chad sorry.
I know. It's so stupid. And but Christine Knowlton's #1 fan. This whole thing that we're watching John go through is the monologue of the narcissist prayer.
Yeah, I was looking for that.
Where it's like, notes. If it did happen, then it wasn't that bad, because it's first it's deny, and then they deserved it, and I'm the victim here. So John's going through all of those scenarios. What a crazy question to ask Clay. Like, so don't you think I should go after Kevin Brennan's? He's like, do what you got to do, John.
Right.
I don't know how to. Did he think Clay was going to be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense? And John continues to try to justify this.
Because if Chad now is fucking KB's butt buddy, and Chad doesn't have children, and since Chad's going to go after my children, then therefore the only way I can get Chad back is by going after Pinky's children. Would that be deemed appropriate? Why should I be penalized for having children? Why should Chad get a free ride because he's too infertile or isn't able to get laid? Why should I be penalized and he not be?
Well, you should be penalized for having children. I just want to point out.
Correct. Yes, you've been penalized enough.
Stop penalizing children.
John is, first off, he does not understand how family planning and birth control work at all. If you don't have children, you don't get laid. John had his first kid before he was married to Susanna, so he's a fucking idiot. He doesn't understand. It's like, you can actually want to have children or not want to have children and find the right person. It's just like, no, it means you can't get laid and you're infertile. It's not the 30s.
Or you're gay.
Yeah, it's not the 30s anymore, John. That's not how that works. But he's wondering if the Dabbleverse will come after him for going after Kevin Brennan's kid. That's what he's asking Clay here. He's like, are people going to get mad at me if I start going after Kevin Brennan's kid? It's like, yeah, of course. It's a shitty thing to do. You know that because you're asking the question. So you obviously know that. And the other thing there, do you see how we called him their butt buddies?
Yeah.
It's kind of homophobic to say that KB and Zumock are butt buddies, which is interesting because later on in the show.
What I said. Not say Ellie you, cocksucker.
All right. Hey, don't, no homophobic slurs.
No homophobic slurs, everybody. That's the rule on John's show, you butt buddies. Fucking idiot. He used to call me and Vinny Paulino butt buddies. Someone pointed out to him, like, you're calling them gay. He's just like, no, I'm not. What do you think a butt buddy is?
He doesn't understand.
1T. Butt. All right, so this is John's message to Kevin Brennan. He wants Kevin to see this.
Kevin, I know you have children, and I'm sure you're a good dad. So all I'm going to say is this. Tell your buddy Chad to shut the fuck up. Because since I can't retaliate against him because he's too much of a lame fuck to have his own children, then he's forcing me to do something that I don't want to do and is start involving your family. So he's your friend. Be his worm tongue. Get in his ear and tell him to shut the fuck up. How's that?
It's good. You like that expression, worm tongue.
It's good. Clay, anything you say.
John uses that term. Whenever he learns a new term, he uses it over and over again. Yeah. He has a worm tongue. So John's stupid. But he also knows that Kevin Brennan's not going to say to Chad to stop doing that. He's just trying to get more and more people involved in this drama to get more people watching him and more super chats. And he's using his family. And that's the saddest part about all of this is the person who's the worst to John's family, even including Chad Zumock, is John. Yeah. It's always John. He's always trying to get this going and trying to get people saying crazy shit about his kids. And then he says crazy shit about them. And then everyone's talking about it. And we're doing Point Dabble Point for 2 hours straight about the Chad and John feud. That's what he wants. That's what he needs in order to survive. You know, aside from Vince the Midget sending him pizza and fried chicken, the other thing he needs are these $5 super chats of people who are involved in this drama. It's a really shitty way to live your life, to treat your family like that. And I'll prove it because later on in the show, John is reading this fan fiction somebody sent him about Chad's life. And it's like, you know, he didn't go to the prom and he asked a girl out and she said, who are you? And it's like all these things that make Chad seem like a loser. And then with Clay sitting right there.
As you can see, Chad never developed into an adult. I can't make this joke, but it's very funny.
Is it?
All right. As you can see, Chad never really developed into an adult. He is like his brother, stuck in neutral.
You know, you wasn't going to say that, was you? That's not funny. What, you find that funny?
No.
Why are you laughing?
I apologize for it. It's written on the thing here.
I don't find that funny at all, man.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Probably.
All right, I apologize. I did not know.
Oh, it's okay. He apologized, even though he did know. And we've been through all of this. This was the first half of the show. It was all about that. And then he still reads that and cracks up over it.
I didn't know.
And again, I don't give a shit if they make fun of Chad Zumock's younger brother who died when he was 9. Chad Zumock's a horrible person by every count. I don't give a fuck. What's done is done. I had nothing to do with that. Just the fact that John's sitting here pretending that he's apologizing and he shouldn't go after him. It's like, no, this is what he wants. That's proof right there. He wants Chad to make every thumbnail about his trans kid, to make every show title about his trans kid. John wants this to continue to escalate because he doesn't give a fuck about his trans kid. He doesn't talk to his trans kid.
Yes. And also, one thing that John always wants from everyone else is an apology.
Yes.
And you can see how much his is worth.
Right. That's why I always say adults asking for apologies is so stupid. if they apologize to you, yeah, I know. And you know,
I wonder if there's something to talk about.
Yeah, you might know something about that. All right, real quick, the last thing I want to play from this exchange, there's a lot going on. John starts calling out ClayDabbler for being needy because Clay was calling him difficult to be friends with.
Oh, yeah.
So John's like, oh, yeah? I'll start reading our DMs. to prove that you're difficult, which is like the shittiest thing you can do. This is him threatening that.
Never.
Oh my God. Do I have to start reading your DMs? Yeah. Come on.
No.
Oh yeah. No. I want to tell them.
Go on, tell him.
What an asshole. This is proof that you're a shitty friend. This is what being difficult is. When you get called out, you don't self-reflect. You don't try to fix things or apologize. You go, oh yeah, I'll prove that you're the asshole by reading private messages that weren't meant to be read out loud.
Right.
And so,
I'm sure there's no evidence of John being an even shittier person in those DMs either.
no shit.
If Clay went and bet, oh, well, you read that about me when I said that? Let's just scroll back 2 pages to when you said this. And it's like,
Of course.
There's
But
all
John's
kinds of
gonna
evidence.
handpick ones, and here's where he starts.
oh, he
Let's
does?
see.
There you go. Scroll back months. Yeah, you can't find anything.
No, this is where you're begging me to come back. No, don't let them win. I'm telling you, it's not a strikeable offense,
Oh,
but it's for your mental
don't
health.
be melodramatic.
If that's for you, then I understand.
No,
They've ruined it for your fans and for themselves.
I don't even know what.
Assholes. Okay.
How long ago was that?
That was October 21st, 2023.
From 14 months ago. John had to find something for Friday, and Clay's even laughing at it. I'm like, oh, okay. He was being a good friend. You know, John read it in a way that made him sound
Right.
bad.
Exactly.
But it was a nice message.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
And he's like, where did you find that? He was scrolled back 14 months to find something to read.
Which he did abnormally quickly. Like, did he have that at the ready?
Oh, yeah. I think so. Because you're right. He can't find anything ever on his phone, his computer.
Yeah.
So we finally did some prep.
He's
I don't
finally
think that we
ready with
got
some
a
ammo.
single. Yeah, we didn't have a single in there.
That's a good point. He was prepared all of a sudden for that. That's what he's best at, being a shitty friend. We just finally found John's strength as a person, being the worst friend possible. So this is more of him making fun of Clay for Clay having nice gestures.
God.
Guys, this is Cardiff. I mean, this is Clay, November 15, 2023. Why does Cardiff have a screenshot of your DMs?
What?
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know. You're like worried about me.
Well, sorry for worrying about you, John.
I don't know what John was trying to prove here. It's terrible.
He had to go back 14 months, and that's the best that he could do.
Yeah, that was the best he could do. He's just like, hey, Cardiff's putting out screen grabs
Yeah.
from your private messages.
This is just more rake stepping, which I
It
love.
is. Oh, me too. It's great.
I don't like watching Clay get hurt, but
Well,
you know, he's kind of asking for
This
it.
is the last clip I have, but this is Clay getting hurt. This is the kind of shit that's like, John, this makes you the worst friend ever. I don't know why Clay is loyal to you. I don't know why anyone would be when you do shit like this.
Betty, here's the
Come on, fuck off. Let's
here's
go.
the piano pictures that you sent me.
Piano? Oh, Keanu. Look at you fucking John, stop.
So Clay found nude pics of Keanu and sent them to John, and John just fucking outed him. Now, I know a guy who was arrested for a felony revenge porn for doing something very similar to that. And John just comes on his show and just fucking says it on his show. And Clay's like, what the fuck? Why are you telling people that? Like, first it was trying to embarrass him.
Right.
And now it's just like, he's just going for it. This whole thing went on for a long time, John trying to find things to embarrass him with, but that was really shitty.
Well, yeah, you were saying before he resorts to going for the jugular. He doesn't resort to it. He goes there immediately.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's his first thing to do.
He can't pull a punch. He can't land a punch, but
Right.
or throw one, but
But yeah, John is an awful, awful person. And no, John, you're not the good guy. You've never been the good guy.
never.
Nope.
And as soon as you learn that, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't.
That's what we do. Well, he won't. But he's a very shitty father and family member. That's for sure. All right, you guys ready to have some fun? Let's play a game.
Yeah.
All right.
It's time for everyone's favorite new game show, To Poke a Dabbler. Are you ready to play? To Poke a Dabbler?
I find it funny. But when I get Vince, the fucking lawyer, who's a lawyer, who is still texting me I unblocked them. But when you have a lawyer who's believing this, then you know the stupidity of our population here in America. But that's why they like Trump, and that's because they like to believe in false narratives. So this idiot on my screen right here is believing a false narrative. Now, this would have never been an issue, never would have came up. But the shitwayer needs something to hold on to, something to lie about.
What did John say next? Here are your choices. Number 1, something to distract from him weighing shit. B, another classic shitwayer lie. Next, I never lie like him. I can't, on account of my OCD. 4, something to try and prop up his failing network. And lastly, what? Who is it? The Pope. A dabbler.
Something.
All right. So I really think it's going to be 4, something to prop up the failing network, even though that's not the funny one, but that seems where John would go with that. But I could be wrong. Lucy, what do you think?
I'm going to go with lastly. What? Who is it?
Yep. Very possible.
I think the timing makes sense.
Trucker Andy?
B.
Another classic shitwayer lie. And producer Chris?
I went next.
All right. You can't lie because it was OCD. Let's find out.
To hold on to. Something to lie about. What?
Nice.
Who is it?
Yes.
Good job, Lucy.
Who? I didn't order pizza.
Lie.
Go away. Do not disturb. I didn't order it. And find out who did so you can report them. Find out whoever called, get their phone number, and report them. So he buys views. Now they're sending
So where were we?
Perry Caravello. I didn't have a brain injury. But I'm leaving this El Diablo up to prove what an idiot that he is. Now,
He really does look like Vito from The
if I
Sopranos
wanted
there.
to,
Yeah.
I can call
Gotta remember to do
NYU
that.
and I can get to the Tisch School of the Arts. Can you please show me a copy of my picture in the yearbook or whatever? If I wanted to. But it's so fucking ridiculous. But this is what the shitwayer has to do. And he's only pulling the wool over the idiots
All right, Cardiff,
like El Diablo.
What are we doing here, Cardiff?
Because this El Diablo must be really stupid and has the intelligence of a pea.
Intelligent of a pea?
If he thinks that for some reason I would lie about graduating from NYU.
That's all for this time. Come back next time.
That's all?
Find a feud.
That's it.
Man enough. To poke a dabbler.
Just do it.
Who are these podcasts?